Have you ever wondered why one of the most iconic names in science fiction, Spock, was banned from being mentioned in Star Trek: The Next Generation? It's a curious twist in the galaxy far, far away. Um, Before diving into this fascinating tale, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. As Star Trek: The Next Generation set out on its journey, it faced a daunting task. How could it honor the legacy of the original series while forging its own path? Amidst this quest, an unusual rule emerged. No one could say the name, Spock. This strange ban was enforced by executive producer Rick Berman, who believed that constant references to the beloved Vulcan would overshadow the new series. At first, TNG reveled in its distinction from the original point. By the third season, the show was hitting its stride with memorable and thought-provoking episodes. However, when the storyline for Sarek emerged, the writers stumbled over the ban. They struggled to connect the narrative threads without invoking Spock, Sarek's son and a cornerstone of his story. Ira Stephen Bear, a key writer for the series, challenged Berman's firm stance on excluding Spock's name. In his quest to weave a compelling story, he found it illogical to overlook such a crucial character. The complexity of Sarek's relationship with his son seemed too vital to ignore. The debate raged on during the writing sessions for Sarek, and the Bear fought passionately for the right to mention Spock, arguing against Berman's rigid restrictions. Finally, in a moment of compromise, Berman relented, allowing Spock's name to be mentioned just once during the episode. That small victory illuminated the struggles behind the scenes. Fast forward to season 5, and the tides shifted dramatically for TNG. The two-part episode Unification not only welcomed mentions of Spock, but also brought Leonard Nimoy back into the fold as a guest star. This move marked a significant shift in the producer's mindset. They recognized that TNG had established its own identity and was ready to honor its predecessor. Reflecting on the change, it was evident that TNG no longer needed to stand apart from the original series. It had already become a beloved part of the Star Trek lore. However, not all creators were thrilled about the approach taken in Unification. Michael Piller, a writer on the series, expressed disappointment. He felt that Spock's return should have been a grand event rather than a simple diplomatic mission on. Some fans saw this evolution as a betrayal of the series' initial intentions. Yet others appreciated the daring risks taken by TNG by distancing itself from the original. It gave itself the freedom to create an expansive universe, introducing characters like Captain Picard and the ever-curious Data, who became icons in their own right. They can't see, in retrospect, the ban on Spock's name may have seemed overly stringent, especially considering how integral he eventually became to the storyline. but it may even raise the question of whether the resistance to acknowledge Spock was a tactical mistake or a necessary step for a new series. Finding its footing in 50. Ultimately, Star Trek: The Next Generation proved that it could thrive without constant reminders of the past. It carved out a legacy of its own, exploring uncharted territories and building a universe rich with new lore. And as for Spock, uh, well, he's certainly not crying in his Vulcan tea over it. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.